Hi y'all, welcome to my shop for this quick video. I'm not sure, it's not quite a moment of peace, not quite a tips video, and it's certainly not a project video, but I want to talk a little bit about some of the ways that I store various projects. I've been accused of, back when I was doing some software implementation as a business analyst, someone accused me of being single-threaded. I thought, I'd look that up. Single-threaded processes contain the execution of instructions in a single sequence. In other words, one command is processed at a time. The opposite of single-threaded processes are multi-threaded processes. These processes allow the execution of multiple parts of a program at the same time. I think what that individual was saying to me was that I tend to be rather intense and focused on one thing to the exclusion of everything else until I get it finished. And that's probably true, but when I got into wood turning, turns out that started changing a little bit. So I want to show you a little bit about how I store different projects, because now I have multiple things going on at one time that I need to keep up with. My table saw tends to be a storage area, maybe more often than I use it for as a table saw. But I was sawing recently, but I tend to put multiple project boxes on here. For example, this one over here are bits and pieces for a video I'm working on. Slowly, and that's on wooden chuck jaws. This is one I did a video for a club a long time ago on winged boxes, and I was thinking that might make a pretty good video when I get back to it. A lot of times I'll move these things and store them here. This is usually covered, but I did do a little shop cleanup in the last few days. So I built storage in my little Laguna stand that I made, and down here at the bottom where I've got a shelf, I store a lot of little project boxes. You can see over here, here's one on turning knobs that I use every now and then, maybe for a demo. I've got one here on box maquettes. In other words, those are sample boxes I used in a demo. That box is not labeled. That's an item I use for demonstrating grain. I've got a couple of boxes over here on Christmas ornaments. I built this wall shelf or case or cabinet not too terribly long ago, so I haven't even filled it up yet. Let's see what we might have inside in terms of box kits. Okay, here's one on finial samples. Here's one on jewelry. I always have this tub on the floor. This is for my monthly hands-on workshop at Chattahoochee Woodturners. So when I get an idea, I start throwing bits and pieces of things that I don't want to forget. Might be 3 weeks or 4 weeks away, but I'll put my notes in it. I'll put, and this one is not even loaded up yet. I'll fill it up with the wood we're going to be using. Inside that bag are the sample, a couple of sample items for turning across and an egg, as it turns out, and that one got canceled. Over here in this very crowded area between my workbench, which is too cluttered for practical use, and the back of this stand that I picked up from behind a grocery store. I have on the floor my threading project box. This is one of my most popular club demos, so I started keeping stages of items I use in samples in a box. I turn around me and I've got a couple of bookcases with various things stored, but I've got a couple of project boxes here. One on how to hold wood, one here on Christmas ornaments, and down at the bottom one on coffee scoops. And these are for, like I say, for hands-on workshops. They're for if I've got a student over who wants to work on a particular project. It might be a club demonstration project that's popular that I use over and over, or in a video that I'm making where there's some part I want to use. I can quickly find it by knowing it's stored in a particular project box. A while back I did a demonstration on turning lidded boxes for one of the clubs I belong to, and I thought, well, okay, I'm going to be doing this again, and then I took bits and pieces and made 1 or 2 videos out of it, I believe. So
as part of that, I needed to have sample boxes for the different aspects of design on the style of lids and the joins and shapes and so on. So I decided to take some of my boxes that I used for that and put them in this separated box that I made, so I can just quickly pack this up and take it to a club demonstration and not have to go out and look for all the different kinds of samples that I needed for that demonstration.
I'm using my brother Mike here so I don't have to shoot the video and then come back and see whether I got the right image or not. My remote viewfinder got a short in it, and I got to get around to fixing that sometime, but I'm not real big on electrical stuff. In any case, y'all stay safe. Keep turning. Come on back here.